Madam Chair. Just a couple of questions real quickly to understand the structure of the new bank that you're going to be forming here. Is this going to be a brand new charter? Or do you take your existing charter and just change it?
Representative, we will be using the BB&T charter.
Okay. Is it a bank? Is it a state bank charter then, or is it a national charter?
It is a state non-member bank charter.
Okay, so North Carolina will be the state banking organization that will oversee the bank from the state bank charter position.
Representative, the primary prudential regulators will be the State Banking Commissioner of North Carolina and
Right.
the FDIC.
FDIC.
The holding company will be primarily regulated by the Federal Reserve.
Okay, you'll be a member of the Federal Reserve when you're done with this as well.
We're not technically a member, but they
The holding
still have
company.
oversight.
Okay, very good. With regards to the capital of the new bank, are you going to have to issue any new stock, going to take any new stockholders in, or there's enough capital between the two banks when you're merged to be able to make this all work?
Representative, we have plans in place so that we will have adequate and very ample capital without having to issue any new capital.
Okay, are you going to take anybody else on? You're going to sell additional stock, though?
No, we're not selling.
You anticipate selling additional stock to
No,
make
no
this work?
additional stock will be sold.
Okay, very good. Okay, when the two banks merge, obviously you need to have a vote of the stockholders. I assume that's taking place. Stockholders are all in favor of this?
Yes, we're very much in favor of that. So stockholder
Okay.
vote will be held on July 30th.
Very good. So when you guys are merging, you wind up having to comply with the Bank Holding Company Act and the Bank Merger Act, is that correct?
That's correct.
So there is federal law in place that dictates how you do this from now on. Okay, and you've complied with that and you're ready to go, basically.
Representative, we comply with every single requirement of all of those acts.
Very good. Appreciate that. I've heard that 2 or 3 times already. You're doing very good, Mr. King. With regards to your testimony, you list several reasons behind the merger. Among those reasons, you stated the need to serve your customers amidst the climate of increased competition, compliance, and cyber threats. I guess my question would be, how important was Dodd-Frank and the additional compliance costs that you had to incur, both banks, to this decision that you made to be able to, to basically cut compliance costs? Was that a significant decision, a part of the decision-making process? Mr. Rogers?
There was never an attempt to cut compliance costs, Representative. The benefits of this merger actually will get to increase our investments in compliance and use technology and other resources to be more effective and complying with all the regulations.
Well, I know one of the situations that we've seen is this, since Dodd-Frank's been instituted, is this mass exodus, this big merger process, which since the merger, we have 1,812 mergers that have gone through, and we wind up with basically losing a bank or credit union every day. And I'm just curious how the Dodd-Frank Act impacted your decision here.
Representative, the Dodd-Frank Act did not directly influence this decision, but there has been over the last number of years an increased level of regulation that has increased our cost, and our cost increases are a factor impacting the necessity in doing this merger.
Okay, I know that, what kind of costs are you incurring to be able to put this merger together? Would you be able to disclose that, or is that something you can do?
Well, there will be a number of costs involved in combining the companies, changing signage, changing computers, changing forms. Lots and lots of processes will need to be changed that are very expensive. But that is all built into our economic forecast as we project to our shareholders and other constituents the benefits of the combination.
One of the concerns that I think some folks in the room have is with regards to size. And I think, if you look at the business models of each one of your banks, they seem to be very similar. You still will be at a size that not necessarily can compete against the upper reaches of the financial services world in this country with regards to certain capital markets activities. I assume that you don't intend to do that. I assume you probably want to keep basically the same business model you had and continue to be basically just a big community bank. Is that a pretty good analogy of what I see happening here?
Representative, I think that's exactly a fair representation. Is we're bringing two low-risk models together, as evidenced by our relative GSIB scores, which are 16 and 15 for our respective companies compared to those in the hundreds of larger banks. So these are two lower risk profile companies, and we intend to maintain that as part of Truist.
Okay, I see my time is up. I yield back, Madam Chair. Thank you.